Hi, how are the science fair projects coming along?
I've been so busy helping the newer robots with theirs, I haven't decided yet what topic I should cover. Any ideas?
Your broken levitator has me thinking about healing.
What do you mean?
Well, when you break, we send you to the shop to replace the part. But when humans have a problem, it's a lot more complicated.
Don't your injuries heal on their own?
The usual sort do, like a bruise or a cut, but really bad injuries need help to heal.
Oh, you mean regenerative medicine. Regenerate means to replace a lost or damaged part with a new one. Regenerative medicine means treatments and devices developed by all fields of science to help the body heal better.
That's right. And regenerative medicine has already done some amazing things to help people with injuries that don't heal well by themselves.
Like what?
This skier broke his leg so badly that there was a big gap between the ends of the bone, too big for new bone to grow across.
So doctors installed a new bone?
In a way, yes. A strong material, like artificial bone, covered in young cells, was placed into the break to span the gap. The young cells grew into strong new bone.
Young cells? How are those different from regular cells?
These young cells are called stem cells because all the tissues in the human body stem from these cells.
I know about stem cells. All humans, before they are born, are made of only stem cells. These grow and change into all the different cells and tissues that make up a person.
Right! And even when we're grown, we still have some stem cells. Most of them are found in the center of our bones. The marrow. It's a sort of factory for new cells.
My memory banks say that growth factors, which are chemicals in the space between cells, direct stem cells to become bone, blood, organs, nerves, muscle, or skin.
Your memory banks remember well. Regenerative medicine mimics this to coax stem cells to grow into cells that don't regrow very well on their own. To grow bone, we give stem cells a bone growth factor bath. To make muscle, we give stem cells a muscle growth factor bath. We've used stem cells to treat patients after a heart attack, too. We can replace the injured part of the heart with stem cells on a flexible patch. As the stem cells grow into healthy new heart tissue, the patch is absorbed by the body.
Very interesting. What else can regenerative medicine do?
Well, we're working hard to find ways to help the spinal cord heal. It's a big challenge.
Oh, my robot science fair project can be about the spinal cord. Let me see what my memory banks say about the spinal cord. The spinal cord is about as big around as a thumb, but soft as jelly, so it's protected by a chain of bones called the spine. The spine and brain together are called the central nervous system, and it's made up of cells called neurons. It's very important because it carries messages from the brain to the rest of the body.
Yes, and if the spinal cord is injured, it doesn't heal very well.
What happens if the spinal cord is injured?
It's like when a storm knocks out the phone and cable TV lines. Telephone calls can't get through, and we can't watch our favorite shows. An injured spinal cord is sort of like a cut phone line. Commands to the muscles and organs below the injury don't get through. Sensations, like the feeling of being touched, don't get back to the brain. So a patient with a spinal cord injury may not be able to use their arms or legs. But we're learning more about how the central nervous system works and what we can do to help it heal.
My memory banks know something about your memory banks. Let me tell you more about neurons. The space where two neurons meet is called a synapse. Here, the chemical message is released from one cell, binds to the next, and is then converted to an electrical charge in the second neuron. Neurons are like the electrical system in your house. The brain's chemical messages are turned into electricity, which travels along thin fibers called axons that reach out to other neurons. Like phone lines, axons have a coating around them to keep the electric charge in. There are about 62,000 miles of neurons in the human body, enough to circle the Earth 2.5 times.
Let's take a closer look at some of the ways regenerative medicine can help heal spinal cord injuries.
We talked about how stem cells can help bones and hearts heal. Can stem cells grow into neurons?
Well, the spinal cord is a difficult place to grow new cells. When the cord is injured, it swells in the small space inside the bones of the spine. This can cut off some of the blood supply. Neurons die and break open, spilling chemicals that are bad for cells. Axons swell and shed their insulating coats, which makes them unable to carry an electric charge. A scar forms. Stem cells we place here don't help healing very much, because the stem cells that do survive to become neurons are unable to send nerve fibers across the scar. So treatment must provide healthy new cells, a healthy environment for new neuron growth, and a pathway through the scar.
Regenerative medicine can do all of that?
Here's what we're working on. We make tiny tubes, smaller than a human hair. Inside each tube are stem cells and neuron growth factors. The tubes are placed into the scarred area, where they provide a path for the growth of new neurons and their axons, and keep out the chemicals that are bad for growing cells.
I see. The stem cells grow into neurons, which sprout new axons, which make new connections with other neurons, so messages can get through again.
That's right.
But there are a lot of people still paralyzed because of spinal cord injuries.
Yes, Regenerobot, this treatment isn't quite ready for use in humans. But scientists, doctors, engineers, a lot of people are working hard to make it a reality.
Then it will make a wonderful project for the Laboratory Robot Science Fair. I'd better get to work. So you see, repairing spinal cords is just one way that science and medicine have joined together to cure injuries and diseases. Right now, researchers are tackling some of the biggest problems in medicine. If they can help grow new neurons, it won't be long before they can help treat other spine and brain problems. We've already seen how stem cells can help heal broken hearts and bones. Stem cells can also be used for injured lungs and livers, and even to cure diabetes. The field of regenerative medicine is growing fast, and you, the next generation of doctors and researchers, can be a part of it.
Bravo, Regenerobot!